Then Azumi and Starlight Kid finished third with 71 points. This is a plug and play match for anyone that you just want to show what Starlight Kid and Azumi are capable of. It's the first time they ever got like some type of main event or like top billing type of match.
Yeah. First marquee match, yeah.
And it was like it was everything we wanted. This is in many ways like, you know, the race to the top between Starlight Kid and Azumi is a story that is bubbling on the like, you know, in the background while, you know, the run of Shuri plays out, Julia and Tam plays out, Saya Kamatani plays out, you know, Tam and Natsupoi plays out. All that stuff plays out. When all that's out the way, we're going to be left with Starlight Kid and Azumi laying the groundwork with matches like these. And then they're going to keep going forward. And by the time they're like 25 years old or something like that,
yeah.
We will reach where we're going with this thing. And this shit is like going to be one of the best things to follow in pro wrestling. Starlight Kid versus Azumi in the race to the top.
Yeah. So I personally think that the interesting thing between them, like when I also talked to Sam, Sir Sam, is like he gets the Julia thing. He didn't quite understand that, like the Tam domestic thing, right? So that's going to and like the divide between domestic fans and Western fans, and like I see that already with Starlight Kid and Azumi, right? Like if you are watching Stardom on a consistent basis, you think that, you know, obviously Starlight Kid is the bigger star, better stage presence, charisma, blah 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 blah, storyline stuff, sure. But if I gotta pick one of them two to show up on AEW and get over in night one, it is Azumi. It ain't close. And like the way that you see the Western women like talk about Azumi, they feel like she is the one when it comes to having a match with. Like from when Tegan got released, she did her spoof of the Cody list. Azumi was on there, and then, you know, Mercedes clearly has handpicked Azumi, because if that was not her doing, she's not getting that match. So like there is something, I won't say a disconnect, that's not the appropriate word, but like it is from what you value, you get two different things out of them. In like the part where, you know, one of them is 20, the other one's about to turn 21 or just turned 21, like that's something special to have, considering like the kind of depth they have. Where it's like, yeah, we got these. You see these like nuclear options we have? We just got them tucked away right here, and we'll have them. We'll get to them eventually. Like it's very impressive.
Yeah, and it's like with Starlight Kid and Azumi, as I mentioned, like there's all these stories that kind of got to play out before we get to the top level of what they're doing.
Mm-hmm.
And for me, just like thinking about future stories in pro wrestling that I want to see them kind of play out, like Starlight Kid and Azumi, like, and where that ends up, and we find out who's better and who's the one out of them two.
Yep,
that ranks really high. Like as far as like, you know, just seeing the future of how this shit works out within 5 to 10 years or whatever.
Yeah, and it's gonna, you know, regardless of whoever eventually wins, I kind of think it's already set in stone that like Starlight Kid is going to win this from a domestic standpoint, but that's her career rival. So like there's going to have to be a time where Azumi gets her time in this thing. Like this is going to be some like Okada and Yoshihashi type of thing. Never happening. So like it's going to be interesting to see how like they handle like their progression in their careers and where they end up in as far as like reaching the top, because like think of how much enjoyment and fun has been like watching just like Tam and Julia get from chasing after the white belt, both of them, to getting the white belt, both of them, to chasing after the red belt, and that's, you know, a 28-year-old and a 28, 29-year-old and a 34-year-old. We have so much time for this. Like this is a generational thing. Like this is going to be so fun.
Like there were kids going at each other. Like
right.
Yeah. So right. Yeah, this is going to be awesome. So I might clip that.
LeBron and Melo.
You stupid. stupid. You stupid. Up next.